Hey, hi, hello. This is 5 reasons why I love the Canon EOS R5. Hi friends, for those of you who are new here, my name is Zach. I'm a photographer based in Santa Barbara, California. And today we're talking about gear because I like talking about gear. So one of the things that I really love about this camera is the usability. And this is just sort of a made up word that sort of encompasses everything about using this camera. The Canon menu system is super easy to navigate, gives you so many options. It's not confusing. It's just one of the best menu systems I've ever used on any camera system. The button layout on this camera is really nice and customizable. The build of the R5 is pretty spectacular. It has a really nice deep grip that feels great in the hands. It's not too big. The camera is actually a really nice size and it feels really professional. It's weather sealed. The LCD and the EVF are really spectacular for viewing images. The other thing is the battery. The batteries on these cameras are great. If I'm shooting stills, I can pretty much make it through an entire wedding day with just 2 fully charged Canon batteries. Number 2 is autofocus. So I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but the autofocus on the R5, like the R6, is absolutely spectacular. Specifically the face and eye tracking of this camera. So essentially, if you have any moving subject, it's great for you to be in face tracking servo mode because the camera will lock onto the eye and nail focus almost every time. The autofocus is just really, really stellar, even in low light situations. The camera also offers many different autofocus modes that you can play around with and choose from depending on what works best for you. Number 3 is the lens mount. So obviously this is an RF mount camera. The RF lenses from Canon are really spectacular. I've been slowly investing in them over the past couple of years, and now I have 4 RF lenses that I use for everything, every bit of my work and photo and video. These 4 lenses are sort of the foundation of how I work, and Canon is slowly releasing more and more lenses. They have some budget-friendly options as well that are really high quality. Those lenses are also really small, and combined with the mirrorless body, it's actually a quite compact combination. So I love this new lens mount. Number 4 is video. So half of my business is videography, both in weddings and performing arts, just like my still photography. And the R5 is a phenomenal camera for video. 4K 60 that comes out of this camera is absolutely beautiful, and with the most recent firmware update, Canon actually fixed the overheating problem that is still present in the R6. So now the R5 doesn't overheat, which is incredible. It basically makes it a completely different camera in some respects for me. What I don't love about the video is that there's still that 30-minute record limit, which is kind of a bummer, but definitely happy about no overheating. I love recording video on these cameras because of the beautiful built-in profiles that just look wonderful straight out of camera. The autofocus is stellar and the image quality is absolutely gorgeous. The R5 also has really high-end video modes like 8K, which I don't use, but it's interesting that that's an option. This is an exceptional camera for recording video. By the way, as someone who's self-employed, I've often struggled with finding attire that is comfortable to work in at home, but also presentable enough for client meetings and even working out in the field. But about a year ago, I started wearing Cuts clothing, specifically their shirts, and I really loved them. Cuts is a clothing company based in Los Angeles, and they sell really high quality basics. I can't tell you how nice it is to just have a t-shirt that feels good and looks good. I feel like a lot of time basics can be unflattering and make me feel weird about my body, but somehow Cuts has worked in this magic where the shirts just fit perfectly and make me look good and feel really confident. They're also nice enough to wear when I'm meeting with clients or when I'm out on a couple session or a portrait session or making YouTube videos. The material is really high quality and soft, and they last a really long time. They sort of age well. I actually get a lot of inquiries from companies who want me to talk about their products on my YouTube channel, and I essentially always say no because I don't know their products and I don't want to promote them. But when Cuts reached out to me about partnering on a YouTube video, I was really excited to talk about something that I actually have purchased and use and love. So if you're buying an R5, you want to look good with it, make sure you get some cuts to go with it. If you're not buying an R5, treat yourself anyway. If you're not familiar with cuts, check them out. I'm going to put a link in the description. I'm also leaving you an affiliate code. It's the Zach Mendez, and if you use that code on the Cuts website, you can get 15% off site-wide. So definitely check out Cuts clothing. Everybody needs high quality basics. You just do. So check them out. Number 5 is, in my opinion, the most notable feature of this camera and the reason that I bought it, and that is the image quality and resolution. So as we know, the R5 features a 45 megapixel sensor. It's a new sensor from Canon, and the photos that come out of this camera are absolutely beautiful. If you watch my channel, you've heard me talk about the R6, and the image quality here is just as wonderful and beautiful, but with that incredible resolution from the 45 megapixel sensor. So now you can crop into your images. The images have more resolution, they're larger files. If you shoot with compressed RAW on the R5, you can actually save on file space and still retain pretty much all of the goods of shooting RAW. I haven't noticed that shooting compressed RAW has held me back at all, actually. If you have a proper exposure, you'll be just fine, and you'll have much smaller, easier files to work with. I'm pretty obsessed with the images that come out of the R5. They just look gorgeous. The color is absolutely beautiful. They're easy to edit. They're detailed. They just look the way that I want my work to look. This sensor is really special, and it's definitely a big reason that I would recommend this camera for professional photographers who need higher resolution. This is an incredible camera. So there you have it. 5 reasons why I love the Canon EOS R5. These are things that other photographers have talked about, but I just wanted to give you my experience with this camera. It is a wonderful camera for professional photographers, whether you shoot events or weddings, portraits. The R5 is sort of Canon's go-to professional level camera right now. If you feel like you don't need that extra resolution, you should look at something like the R6, because as much as I love the R5, I still love the R6. You get a lot of the same benefits like the lens mount, the autofocus, the camera build. So let me know what you think. Do you use this camera? Do you love this camera? Do you hate this camera? I'd be really curious to know what you think about the Canon R5, why you love it, why you hate it. If you have questions about the camera, leave them down below in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. That really helps me out. If you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. Even if you've seen my videos before, please subscribe. I think something like 90% of the people who watch my channel are not subscribed to my channel. So if you've seen one of my videos or 2 of my videos and you want to help me out, please click that subscribe button. It's a really simple, easy thing for you to do that helps me out so much. So I thank you for that. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Love is free.